everyone, Amanda here. I'm just going to share this little kind of folder that I've made. I was very inspired by a lady called Karen Laws. I'll leave a link in the description box below to her video where she created one of these. I've made things quite similar before, but always there's so many different ways of doing things, and I was very inspired by Carol, and so I had a go this morning at making one because I needed something to go in a rack that, well, it's not a rack, it's a swap that I'm doing with my friend. So you open this here, this is lovely sari silk. I've got a topper on here which has been sent by my friend Kay. When we do swaps she sends me stuff and I do use them. The papers that I've used are beautiful. These are William Morris prints from Artie Mays. So she's kind of like digitalised them, put them in a kit so that you can print them out, put them to the right format. She's sharpened some of the colours, and then she's made other things, collage sheets, tag sheets, all sorts. Very, very inexpensive because she's got 25% off. So I'll leave a link in the description box below to where you can get the papers from. So basically, inspired by Carol's, it's very easy to make. I have done it slightly different because I never like to copy anybody directly. So here we've got a pocket there which I've put some tags in. Okay, and these are from direct prints from the William Morris print kit there, and she's made these look like they've been gessoed. You know, they're beautiful. So slide those in there. Okay, and then I've made that into a pocket. Carol's done hers slightly different. Go and have a look. You might want to do it how she's done hers. And then I've added some little ephemera. That's a little bag. And I've made a belly band there instead of another pocket, so that you're not restricted really by size of what you put in. That's just how I did it. And then in the middle here, we've got sewn in a little notebook journal thing. So this would be great to add to a journal that you're making, put it in with it, do a little swap, send a little gift. It really doesn't take very long to make. And then here I've got a glassine bag which I've cut the top off, and then I've added the top back to the bottom. So in essence here you've got a tuck spot at the back. Then you've got the actual bag where you can tuck. Then here where I've cut it off, you can tuck behind and inside. So you've got you've got 4 different spaces for tucking things basically. And I've just filled them with just bits of ephemera, which have come from kits from Artie Mays. This is going to Kay, to my friend, so she's on the design team, so it's alright to send these images. It's alright. She knows how to use them proper. So, and then just some little tickets. So it's like just like a little ephemera wallet that I've used it as really. So then Kay can take the items out. She'll use those in her crafting, and then maybe she'd put some other stuff in there, and then maybe add this to a journal or something that she's making. And as I say, the topper there she did make. And I've used sari silk, which is very, very frayy, is this one. Sari silk to fasten it, and then just down the spine there I've added some fabric. Okay, that's not essential, but it just helps stop that from, you know, helps with your wear and tear, I suppose. So that is this lovely little folder. If you can figure out how to do that just by looking at it, go and have a go. If you would like to learn how to make one, I'm going to do a really quick tutorial for you. So I will be back shortly with all of the stuff and we'll make this together. Okay, so I've printed off one of Andrea's William Morris images. Well, I've printed off 2. So this one is one of the collage ones. So it's where she's, you know, arranged them so they're like in a lovely pattern. And what I've done is I've double-sided it with one of the others. So I've printed on one side, and then I don't have a fancy printer. I just take it out, I turn it over, I put it back in, and I run it back through. And the colours are absolutely beautiful on these. I'm really thrilled with my new Epson Eco Tank. The colours are beautiful. Now, it does leave a slight border all the way around. I haven't figured my settings out to completely and utterly get rid of that yet, but it's not that much of a big deal. I'll just trim them off. You can even just leave them on if you want. It doesn't even really matter, to be honest, but I'm just going to trim those off. Right, and then we're going to make our little wallet out of this one. Now on this one, I'm not going to add the fabric like I did with the first one, and the only reason being is to make the video a bit quicker. So if you want to strengthen the spine, when you add the little journal bit, add some fabric, leave it to dry, and then on the inside sew either side just to double strengthen it. I'm not going to do it on this one. Not everybody has a sewing machine, not everybody, you know, has access to everything, so, and also I don't want this video to be ages. So then what we're going to do is we're going to cut it down to 7 inches. Which way do I want it? I don't think it matters, either way is pretty. So we're cutting it down to 7 on the short side. So your short side is the shortest measurement, so we're cutting it down to 7. Okay, and then save that because we'll use that to make the belly band bit that I use on, you know, on the inside. Then choose whichever side you want to be the front. I think I quite like this for the front. Okay, so on the bit that you want to be the front, you want to score it at 2 1/4. Where's my scoring tool? It keeps falling out of this trimmer, it's well annoying. Drives me mad. So 2 1/4. And that's going to be your front flap, and then turn it all the way around, and the other side is 2. Okay, and this is where I've used Carol's measurements. You can use your own, make it up, fold it how you like. It's just easier to use a scoreboard. So where that's the 2 1/4, that's going to be your front. To remind me that it's going to be the front, I'm just going to corner round it. When I made my original one that I showed you, I didn't use card. I printed out 2 sheets of paper, stuck them together with double-sided tape, and then machine sewed it all the way around. It's quite a long process, but it makes it a bit nicer and sturdier. I'm doing a quicker version here. So that's the front flap, and then this is the back. So what you want to do is, I'll just move my trimmer a minute. Grab yourself a bone folder or something similar, give that a good press, okay, and give that a good press. And then all you're going to do is fold this part, which is the smaller, not your front flap, this part over up to the score line, but not right up to the score line. Let me show you. So you don't want it right up to the score line. There's your score line. So you want to fold it to about there. So can you see where you're just leaving a gap? And the reason you're just leaving that little gap is because when you're folding it over, you don't want it to stick on each other, if you know what I mean. Okay, so just do it roughly, but get it even top and bottom, and then just literally press it. You don't need to mess about measuring everything within an inch of its life. Okay, so this is where, at this point, if you want fabric on this part here to strengthen it, then you would glue your fabric on, leave it to dry. And I would leave it to fully dry before you start getting your sewing machine on it, or else what will happen is you will end up with a big gunk of wet glue and fluff inside your sewing machine, and you'll end up breaking your thread. It'll be making clunky noises. Don't ask me how I know, I just do because I've done it myself. Right, so that's the basic wallet. So from there you could make just about anything, couldn't you? You really could. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my belly band here. Okay, I think I might do it that way because I really like these bold prints. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue that, and what I will do when I've probably finished the video, if I still can, I don't know if I'll still be able to, what I would normally do is stitch all the way around it, stitch all the way around that first, and then start adding my pockets and my stuff like that. So this is just going to be a belly band. I could well, in fact I'm going to add my belly band and my pocket, and then I'll pause while I go and sew it. I will do it all properly, I won't cut corners, we'll do it right. Okay, but you know, if you don't have a sewing machine, don't worry, it is just for decoration. That's all it is. It's for decoration. It does help keep it a little bit sturdier. You don't have a sewing machine, or you don't feel confident sewing paper with your sewing machine, you know, that's fine. It's not essential. It's just for fun. And it's just added decoration. So that's that. So what you can do is you can add a pocket there and a pocket there. You know, like a square pocket. What I do is I'm going to sew this shut, and I'm going to have that as the pocket to put tags in. Okay, so that's going to be sewn shut. So I've got this bit here, which I'm going to have a pocket, and as I used previously, I've got these glassine bags. So what I'm going to do is bring in my trimmer. Cut this glassine bag, measures just a shy of 5.5. I'm going to cut it to 3. Am I? That looks a bit short actually. I'm not. I'm going to do it to 3 and I'm doing it to 3.5. Okay. And then this is the top with the like flap with the sticky bit. I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to peel my sticky bit off. Fold it over, and obviously you can cut these to whatever size you want. And then I've got myself another little pocket there, okay, which I'm going to stick to the bottom of here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stick this one on 2 sides, only on 2 sides. Leave the bottom free so that you can put more. You can just put things down the back as well. Alright, try and remember where my lines are here. Okay, I'm going to stick that in, not right to the bottom, because I'm going to use this bit here. And I want it as central as I can. I don't want it right up against the score lines, because again, that's got to shut. And that's got to shut. So these, you know, I don't want to be right inside, and this is just the right size. So in width, this measures, if you want to make your own pocket, it needs to be just under, about 3.5 inches. So you could cut a square piece of paper 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and you get the same process. Just glue it down 2 sides, leave the bottom free, because then when you're putting your tags in, you've got, this is quite a big tag this, but you've got room to slide it all the way down to the bottom as well as in there. And then this you add a bit lower down, okay, and you can glue this one on all 3 sides. Okay, I might just need to, if I wanted to put that big tag in here, I'd just trim a sliver of a gnat's whisker off each side so it'll fit, but I'll probably fill them with ephemera. And this one, my other one, it will go in my swap that I sent to Kate. This one I'm going to, whoever is the next person to purchase one of my journals on my Etsy will get this in their parcel. So there you go. Right, so that's that bit done. So I'm just going to pause now while I just go and do my sewing. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So I've just machine sewn all the way around. I'm absolutely loving this colour. It's really pretty, and then this just looks like patchwork fabric. It's lovely. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink. I was going to ink in green, but I think I might use a pretty orange. Let me just see what this looks like. Let me get a bit of scrap. Hold on, because I'm not 100% sure. Let's see if I've got some scrap. Let me have a look. Might be a bit bright, this one. Here we go, scrap paper. Let me have a look. No, I think that's perfect. So I'm just going to ink all the way around with this. Which is called, I think it's Calypso Coral. One of my Stampin' Up inks, which I do like, and they will last me for ages, so I shall continue to use them. Oh my god, ink. Gently. And also by inking around the edge, what you're also going to do is, if you've used white cotton, you can add some colour to your stitching rather than changing the colour on your sewing machine every 2 minutes. Who can be bothered threading it unless they've got a needle threader, which I haven't. And also when you cut card, you're going to get, I don't know if you can see on this one, you're going to be able to see the white edge of the card. Okay, so by inking, that covers that up, and that is, and it just makes it look a little bit neater and a little bit prettier and a little bit softer. It does make a difference. It does look nicer. Should have done that one as well. Never mind, we can do it like that. And it just looks lovely. Just adds to it, and it, like I say, just makes them edges look nice. There we go. So that's that done. So then you fill it with ephemera. So I've printed out these tags from my kit that I got, and I'm just gonna ink them. What I will do before I do send these out, because this, like I say, this will go to the next person who buys a journal from my Etsy, and what I will do, I'm not going to do it now on the video, but what I will do is I will add to these tags. So I'll punch the holes, I'll maybe add some wording and maybe a little picture or something on there. I won't just leave them like this. I'll add a little bit of something to those to finish them off. They won't just go plain like this. Okay, I'm trying to be quick. I've decided I'm not a fast crafter. You can always fast forward. Right, so those will go in there like that. Then we just get our, you know, you get your ephemera box if you've got one like me, and you have a look. I quite fancy sending some little flowery images, actually. So let's have a look. We'll send a couple of them. That's a nice orangey. Just trying to find ones with orangey tones. Maybe a little, let's have a look, what's that? Maybe a little spare tag from another kit. Maybe some bits and bobs of, I'll have to send a little ticket in there and a little word. What else have we got? Just like a little mini ephemera. There's a little, that's a Tim Holtz thing, whatever that is. We'll send that, and then whoever gets it can use them, you know, in the crafting, as it were. That's too big. What else can I put in? Oh, let's give them one of Kay's little tea bags. Maybe a couple of doilies. Don't know these are going to be going to, you see. Just to fill it up. Couple of doilies, there we go. Right, so we'll give them a little tea bag. Get off. We've got a little tag here, paper tag here. This comes from Vintage Days, but it's got all of those similar sort of tones to it. A couple of doilies. Will that fit in there? Don't know if they'll fit, to be honest. We'll fold them in half, because when you use the doilies anyway, you fold them in half. Well, I do. Fold them in half. Stick them in there. Okay, little floral images. Another little floral image, or just a little gift. Couple of tickets in here. No. Then we've got this little Tim Holtz photograph, and then I'll just add one of these little tea bags that Kay sent me, because she sent me loads. I'll just stick that in there. Okay, and then whoever gets it can use them bits and bobs for their own crafting. Okay, we'll stick another little floral image in the back of there. Right, so it's like a little ephemera folder, but we've not done, because we're going to add a little paper notebook as well. So I've cut these, and I've cut these two. I ended up trimming them so that they fit nicely. So 6 7/8, and then this by 6. So 6 7/8 by 6, then fold it in half. So you've got 6 7/8 by 3, and you literally just a few sheets, not loads. How many pages have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so about 8 pages or so. Okay, so what we're going to do is just hold them together. We're going to grab a pokey tool, Oh, that's not the right end. I've got these new poker tools and they're not double-ended. So just roughly aiming for the middle. It's not a full journal, so I'm not being super careful. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it in the spine of here and do the holes all at once. So like, get it in the spine, which is there. Fold it like that so it's like an L shape in your fingers. Centralise, push it right back, and I have it kind of like that. So not flat open, just like that. Okay, and then just go roughly for the middle, poke a hole, and then a little bit up. Watch your fingers, make sure you don't stab yourself, and then there as well. Okay. Okay, doke. Then I need my magic thread and my magic needle. There we go. So you can use all sorts for sewing journals, whether it's just a few pages like this or a full journal. I have been using this Gutterman's waxed thread. It's waxed linen thread. It's super strong. It's not going to snap because there's nothing more annoying than you tying off your signatures using some kind of thread and it snaps. It's just so annoying because then you've got to start all over again. I know with this waxed linen thread that's never going to happen, but you can use, some people use embroidery thread or floss as they call it in some places. Some people use crochet cotton. That's meant to be really good. I've not, once this is finished I'll probably try crochet cotton. So then all you have to do then is go from the middle. Where's that middle hole gone? There it is. So I go in the middle first. Hold on, it needs to be doubled over. I do have it double thickness as well. Whatever I'm sewing, I always have double thickness. So let me just find that hole again. There it is. Having the fabric means the hole won't grow as well as you're sewing it. It does help, but just for quickness. And then I might put fabric over the top after the video and leave it to dry. Right, so I'm going to get hold of them tails with my thumb there so that I don't pull them straight through. Then I'm going to go, some people go to the top, some people go to the bottom. I don't suppose it really matters. Just need to find that hole. Okay, there we are. Let's pull that a bit longer. Oops. Get myself in a tizwas now. I do this all the time. Then you switch the video on and it's like you don't know what you're doing. Okay. All the way up to the top. Straight through. So you've gone all the way up to the top. So you start in the middle. In the middle, go either down one or up one. And then when you come through, go all the way up to the top hole. And then back through the middle again. Okay, that's how you do it. Same principle, no matter what you're doing. And then when you've got the thread in the middle, make sure that your needle one is to one side and your tails are to the other. And then just gently pull it, not too hard, else you'll just tear it. And then just tighten a knot. And this is where I get all fingers and thumbs because my hand-eye coordination's terrible. It's really bad. Tie it in a knot, snip it off. That's that bit. Some people like to leave the tails a bit longer. You can decorate them, you can have dangles on them, you can do what you want. Right, so that's my little journal and it'll flatten down. Okay, so we've got the pocket and the belly band. We've got a little bit of a journal, then we've got an ephemera pocket. Okay, and then that will close and that closes. Then we just need to decorate it. I'm using another one of Kay's lovely embellishment thingy-me-bobbies that she made me, and I'm going to add some glue across half of it, so halfway like so. Hopefully, there we go. And then I'm looking for roughly the middle of there. And I just think that these were made for this William Morris paper. I always save what Kay sends me and I always do use them. something, a project that's perfect for them always comes up. And I think this, without having the yellow tones, is just lovely. Then to finish that off, I'm going to add an eyelet. If you don't have one of these, this is the We Are Memory Keepers crocodile. If you don't have one, don't matter, you can just poke a hole in with a sharp tool. And if you don't have eyelets, doesn't matter, leave it as it is, doesn't matter. It's just, you know, it's just little detail finishes, it's not essential. So if you don't have millions of stuff in your crafty stash, it really doesn't matter. It won't be any less of a project just because you've not got an eyelet. Right, I'll pop that in there like so, and then you use the other side of it. Sometimes I make a bit of a mess of this part. Oh, it's done it nice. Doesn't always do it flat, so if it's not done it where it's flat, you don't want anybody hurting themselves. Let's just give it, if in doubt, give it a clout. As it were. Right, so Sarah Silk. I'm going to use some more of my beloved Sarah Silk that a lovely lady did send me, whose name is on the tip of my tongue and I've forgotten. Let me just get rid of that. I'm terrible with names. It takes me all my time to remember my own children's names, never mind anybody else's. And I'm not joking. Right, so snip it and rip it is the rule for Sarah Silk. So snip and rip. It'll rip up to the golden threaded part and then I'll have to cut it some more. Oh, that were clever. It's missed that bit out, never mind. And then I give it a scrunch up. There should be enough here, I think. There should be. I wrap it around the back and then just give that a twizzle. And it's meant to be all frayy and shabby looking. That's how it's meant to be. Okay. And then we're just going to put it in a little pretty bowl. And then we're good to go. I've done my videos for today now. I can go and see to my family. I might feed them if they're lucky, you never know. Might feed them. Might wash some clothes. Might not. See how I feel. That just feels a little... In fact, I'm not cutting it 'cause I like it. So there we go. That's how you make one. So that's 2 made this morning. That's going to go to Kate and that's going to whoever buys the next journal from my shop. So there you go. Go and have a look. Don't forget, links in the description box below to Carol's video. And don't forget, you can add fabric to the spine if you so desire. Go and have some fun. You can make these in no time. I've probably dragged it out a bit because I talk too much. Thanks for watching. Take care and I'll see you again soon. Bye.